In recent times, I've seen a major upswing in interest for 3D monster taming games, and while I'm sometimes a little bit skeptical about 3D games that have small indie teams, just because oftentimes the games end up kind of in that uncanny valley, or the games focus too much on graphics and gameplay ends up janky or whatever, there are a few games within the genre that I really like that are in fact made in 3D and made with a small team or even by a single developer, and Mython Island is one such title. Now, Mython Island was developed by a single developer, and while not a perfect title, is definitely underrated, and I think is in part due to the fact that it's got a rather unique circumstance behind its development. Originally, the game started out as a Slay the Spire-esque roguelike title where you essentially take different paths and go up against a random set of enemies until the run completes and then do it all over again. That was all fine and good, however, there are a lot of roguelike monster taming games already, and this didn't really help it stand out too much other than its nice sort of low poly, cell shaded aesthetic and very out there monster designs. Everything changed, however, when the next big update was brought forth, which took the game out of early access into full access, and that was the open world adventure mode, which has you wake up on an island, Mython Island, and challenge the knights that exist across it. The game has some really good level design, in my opinion, really utilizing its verticality, and also creates an open world experience where you're not just faced with giant empty fields to explore, but rather a plethora of different winding paths and mazes and stuff like that for you to explore. I will say that the adventure mode is definitely a little bit on the light side in terms of content. It only takes about 10 hours to beat, more or less, and doesn't have anything too deep, but I really gotta say that it's a great showcase of what a single developer making a game like this can do, and I honestly hope to see another game much like this one in the future, where the entirety of the focus is on the open world instead of it being a single mode. Either way, I do highly recommend checking out this game on Steam. I always hear people talk about how they want to support some of these smaller developers and hear me talk about them more. Well, this is your chance. Please check it out, and you can also check out my full-scale review linked below. There's actually two of them. I did one for the roguelike mode and one for the adventure mode because they're very different and sort of exist within their own boxes. But I don't know, this video was just sort of a random idea of mine to showcase a game that, looking back on it, just really did do a lot of things right. Again, especially for a game that is run by a single person, and I really see potential in the future of the franchise, even if some people felt that the monster designs weren't really something that they were interested in. Again, check out the videos linked below, and I just wanted to quickly say, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for daily monster taming videos. You could also check out my Twitter, Discord, Patreon, and channel memberships linked below as well. And special thanks to our supporters, especially Jim Hamilton, Dro Ghost, Candy Morency, Tragsoft, and Nemo. And I'll see you next time. Peace.